Hi, friends. So we are going to finish up our story, Bravo Tavo, today. So you want to make sure you have your Big Wonders book and those Bravo Tavo worksheets. While I'm sharing my screen with you, I want you to make sure you are on page 396, right where we left off. 396. Okay. All right, so let's look at box number 3 and kind of talk about what we're going to do together. And then you will be doing the rest by yourself with some discussion posts at the end, okay? So we're going to dig into more of that solution to the problem. Do you remember what the problem was? There were a couple problems. Gustavo, our main character, had a problem, but then the village also had a problem. So let's start with our main character, Gustavo. What's his problem? Do you remember? Well, Gustavo's family doesn't really seem to have a lot of money, and he needs new shoes, right? And what's his viewpoint on getting new shoes? Yeah, if he gets new shoes, then he'll be better at basketball. But this is kind of like a cause and effect relationship here because he doesn't have the shoes, right? Because they don't have any money. But why do they not have any money? So now, because what's the cause of the drought? They don't have any money. So now the money, which was the cause, is really the effect. All right, I'm confused. Are you? I hope not. All right, so let's read and see if they're going to be able to solve that village problem. And then essentially the village problem, if that's solved, Gustavo's problem is also solved. So if they fix the big problem, then everyone's problem gets fixed. So we're going to look to see how do the two Gustavos, the dad and the son, try to solve the village's problem, which is the drought, right? All right, 396. Early the next morning, Tavo awoke with a start. His father was shaking his shoulder. Tavo, wake up. Tavo rubbed his eyes and protested. It is still dark outside. Get up, Tavo. We have a lot of work to do. But Papa, I have practice today. Gustavo handed Tavo a shovel. Son, basketball comes later. Just from looking at the illustrations, I can kind of make an inference, a guess of what I think they're doing. Even though the village did not really agree with Gustavo's plan, his idea to remember dig those pretty much trenches up to the mountain to have the water. Does it look like they might still be doing that? Let's keep reading. The two Gustavos started work at the edge of their field. All day long, they shoveled out the silt that had filled in the ancient zanja. So silt is like dirt. When night finally came, Tavo slumped into bed, every bone in his body aching. They began all over again the next morning, digging and digging and digging some more. Hours turned into days. Days turned into weeks as father and son slowly worked their way up the mountain. Let's stop right here and let's look at box number 3. How do the two Gustavos try to solve the village's problem? What are they doing? They're trying to dig those trenches, or remember what they call it, the zanja, up to the mountain where there is what? Water. So how do they try to solve the village's problem? They try to solve the problem by digging the Zanjas. Okay. How does Tavo feel at the end of the day? And then we've got some supporting details. So let's see. Let's keep reading and see, but I think we might kind of have an idea. When night finally came, Tavo slumped into bed, every bone in his body aching. So that might be one clue. But let's keep reading. Maybe it will tell us some more. All right, sorry. I get to be able to see the picture too. There was one house high up in the mountain. It belonged to an old widow. Tavo had heard strange stories about her. Is it true what they said about her? That she is a bruja, a witch? He asked his father nervously. Tavo, his father laughed. Don't believe everything you hear. Senora Rosa is just a widow. People are always suspicious of anyone who is different. Senora Rosa? Gustavo called out. There was no answer. But in the yard they saw a patchwork quilt draped over a chair. A needle dangling from a silver thread swayed in the air. As they laughed, Gustavo carved a channel to connect Senora's small rose garden to the main zanja. He turned toward Tavo with a mischievous smile. Even witches need water. I like his dad, do you? He's helping out. All right, I'm still not seeing any supporting details about how Tavo feels at the end of the day. So I'm thinking it was on that previous page, but because we're stopping there, I'm going to stop there with you. So that is where it was, right? So let's go ahead and look at 397. How does he feel at the end of the day? Well, let's work backwards. We came up and I kind of gave you the supporting detail. Tavo slumped into bed, every bone in his body aching. Let's go ahead and write that for our supporting detail. So if he's slumping into bed and his bones are aching, how does he feel at the end of the day? Sounds like he's tired. Or what would be a better word than tired? Go ahead and write it down. Did you come up with this word? Exhausted? Yes. All right. So we read the answer to this one, but this is going to be one of your discussion posts. It gives us the point of view, and it's the dad's point of view. Senora Rosa needs water, and it doesn't matter that she is different. You're going to come up with the detail that shows the dad's point of view on Senora Rosa. And remember, in the town, people were calling her a bruja or a witch. So it didn't sound like people in the town were very nice to her. So what's the detail that proves Gustavo, the dad's point of view? Okay, so that is a discussion post. Okay, and then you guys are going to go ahead and read the rest of the story. And it's only about, we already read that one. It's about 9, really not, because it's not all, probably about 5 more pages. Ooh, I'm seeing some good things here. So you are going to read the rest of the story, page 400 to 409. And then you are going to answer all the questions for number 4 and all of the questions for number 5. Okay? And you are also going to post the last question for box number 4. So you'll have 2 discussion posts. Why does Tavo think Senora Rose returned his sneakers? And the supporting detail for the dad's point of view. Okay, friends? I really enjoyed that story, and I hope as you continue to read the rest of it, you will like it too, because it really does have a nice ending, a happy ending, I should say. All right, have fun finishing up and digging in deep to your story. I will talk to you later.